American Tale: The Legacy of Empress's Royal Court. The Empress's Court has the noble men and noble women of the royal court who go by the titles of nobles and noblesses due to their indigenous royal lineage, and each of them carries a title of nobility to denote their royal bloodlines. They carry out royal duties to assist the crown in governing the world estate. This is a true story covered up and never told until now. Representatives act as diplomats to govern the world estate known as the empire that never rests and where the sun never sets. It is indeed a world governance with a world estate. Once upon a time it came under threat because of jealous infighting within the imperial bloodline of rulers who were not happy with what the Great Mother granted them with. It was not the fault of the children of masters that they had inherited everything, well, just about everything, and that entailed the entire world's governance. 2/3 to be exact. The Great Mother of all nations and the Great Father Moses granted a particular son and all of his offspring the inheritance of the world estate because he had proven himself worthy. Therefore, the Great Mother and Father gladly granted Moses the crown and throne of the world estate, the empire, forever to him and his lineage to govern for eternity. If you want to be in the truth-telling movement and make videos like these, based on the true American history as it is documented at the Library of Congress and National Archives, find my affiliate link in the description section of this video. We give a big shout out to the team at #Flicky. The New Year celebration ceremony at Empress's Royal Court each year, the imperial Moors and nobles of Empress's Royal Court come to the palace to receive their blessings for the new year. Statesmen of Empress's Royal High Court are in superb dress. Imperial Moors are known for being best dressed and most dapper in their attire. Nobles are constituents of Empress's Royal Court. They come from every country, island and territory under the worldwide imperial estate known as the Empire. Nobles come dressed with rabbit's fur around the collar or piece of rabbit's fur to symbolize the new year, paying respect to the rabbit and its power to manifest fertility. Ornaments quickly, some wear emerald green to represent wealth, stability and money for the new year. The new year for us is the first cycle of the moon at the end of March, which is the beginning of the astrological calendar. Most religious groups call this time Easter. We recognize this time for its spiritual connection. Empress blesses them with a sacred ceremony each year at the first moon cycle, clearing the path for good health, protection, prosperity, abundance and long life for the Empress, Aboriginals and Aborigine. They all celebrate and say, "Long live the Empire." They profess thanks and say their prayers and pay homage to their ancestors. Afterwards, they meet at Empress's inner court, the grand ballroom for a grand celebration, and of course present the Empress with her gifts. This is customary to present the Empress with a gift. This is an age-old tradition, and it creates a spiritual connection, also a token of appreciation towards the Empress, for she is a great leader worthy of much more. Her endless guidance from the divine is insurmountable, and her labor of love to resurrect the empire has been a lifelong journey. With every great leader, there has been many challenges. Empress Ninti El Bey, the new Empress, never gave up on liberating us and bringing the heirs back into power and governance. That is why every June 25th we celebrate coming out of interregnum, and it is also the Empress's solar return. We celebrate the day she was born. Additionally, many of our proclamations and declarations as Aborigine Moors, the indigenous inhabitants of America and worldwide, have been filed on or around June 25th, as it is the day of law perfectly aligned for lawful matters to be solidified. Therefore, on this day, we celebrate June 25th as our most holy of days. Empress has been given authority to sit in the highest seat by birthright and inheritance. She is the beneficiary. Empress initiated spiritually into a divine priesthood. The Empress is a tribal leader and godmother to a host of priests, priestesses and godchildren under her tutelage and spiritual covering. She is ruler over lands, governments, places of worship, and peoples in over 50 countries, islands, protectorates, and territories in the world. The Empress is the head of the divination court. It is an extension of the international royal high courts of the land, which represents a worldwide interest pursuant to the Empress's world estate. The statesmen who arrived at the Empress's court for the New Year ceremony came from several of the lands under her estate. Mexico, Tanzania, St. Kitts and Nevis, Baragua, Bahamas Islands, Brazil, St. Vincent Island, Edinburgh, Scotland, Rome, Italy, Dublin, Ireland, London, England, Madrid, Spain, Kingston, Jamaica, Paris, France, Casablanca, Morocco, Frankfurt, Germany, Imperial City, North Carolina, Khalifa Territory, Bridgetown, Barbados, Wellington, New Zealand, Moscow, Russia, Amsterdam, Netherlands, Kea, Nairobi, Bamenda, Cameroon, Thailand, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and from the Gambia, flags and family crests will replace corporate maritime banners very soon in the near future. The legacy of American rulers. Empresses and emperors in America, who once were the highest powers on earth. In America, they are called rich. Amours in London, England, they are called black. Amours due to their dark complexions. They are the ruling powers on earth from the imperial bloodline. Aborigine Moors are sometimes referred to as black nobility. Empress America Maxima was the ruler of the world at Empire State from the year 1898 to 1913. She was a beautiful copper-coloured dark brown woman from the imperial lineage of rulers. She was the last of her breed for another 100 years when the next empress would be 40 years old, when she would discover her powers and who she really was on earth. The new empress would be a great world ruler, just as her ancestors had been for thousands of years. In year 1913, the empress had to abruptly leave her throne. She escaped in one piece after her family members' military from Germany turned on her immediate family. They captured most of her family and attempted to erase them from all of existence. Her own sister launched the attack on America from London, England. She wanted control of the world empire and the throne. The world estate would be passed to her, but no one could know. The new empress was hidden in plain sight. The world assumed that it would be a man as the return of the gods on earth. It was a being made up of woman, yet built like a man in spirit. Nothing could break her, and she went on to have many offspring that now have taken their thrones to rule in their own respective territories worldwide for the imperial one rule of the empire that now stands again, as it has been for thousands of years before. Imperial bloodline is back in full posterity after a long cycle of interregnum where the empire lay dormant for a time, approximately for 100 years. For a century, the lands of America and the world estate had been deemed abandoned when Empress America Maxima had to abruptly flee her throne to avoid attack in the year 1913. Technically she left, yet continued to rule from Detroit, Michigan in the background until her death, leaving everything in her great-great-granddaughter's name in trust. The offspring of the new empress that took the throne, resurrecting her great-great-grandmother's throne in America, her children are known as the daughters and sons of Ninti. They are dressed in their legendary regal imperial purple and gold colours and stunning crowns, as they are now rulers over the family's world estate. Each of them rulers over lands, people and governments located in their own corners of the earth, carrying on with their ancestral legacy. They picked up where Empress America Maxima left off, without a hitch. The beneficiaries of imperial bloodline start to rule at age 15. They are well equipped to rule by then because they are taught from birth how to be rulers. The sons and daughters of Ninti have advisors well into their 30s, ensuring that the family estate is ran properly and under the guidance and laws of the International Royal High Courts of the land, and pursuant to the law of Ninti and the Rome Statute written by their ancestors from Rome, Italy. The Empress Everlasting. Empress America Maxima was a beautiful, dark-complexioned woman from Asiatic African descent, who reigned over a world empire from 1898 to 1913. Of her crowns, turbans and headdresses, she wears a 7-pointed crown with rubies, sapphires, diamonds and emeralds. She dresses in long capes with high butterfly collars covering her neck and up to ears. Empress dresses in regal attire, purple and maroon colours and pure white during ceremonies. Ancestors guide her path towards dominance once again of her ancestors' estate, which she is the beneficiary. Empress heeds her ancestors' advice from the spirit world of God's plans. The new Empress among her people, giving a speech of the major victory of the empire coming out of interregnum, and that everyone can locate the proclamations and the orders from the International Courts of Justice. Empress' older sister helped family members in England, France, Japan and their army in Germany harness powers they never had until the imperial sister gave them her spiritual powers. She spearheaded their wicked deeds to control the world. The rulers of old were high witches of the old world. They could wield powers on earth like no other. They were the best magicians, sorcerers and wizards the world had ever known. Yet no one had the power or secrets of the imperial family line. Empress America Maxima's older sister was grudged and extremely jealous that her younger sister had the title of Empress and the reign of the world completely in her hands, pursuant to her divine inheritance and birthright entitlements, which included over half of the entire world and its governments. Empress ancestors, her spirit guides, instructed her to save the family line, concentrate on making sure the new Empress would be born and remain hidden until the precise time and who would take the throne back once again for the imperial bloodline at the end of the century, and it would be the end of a very difficult cycle on Earth. Her ancestors were the empresses and emperors who ruled the world and the kings and queens of the world. The new Empress will have the entire world in her hands, as it is written. She will slay the sons of Satan and the 7-headed beasts, bringing the world under her rule. Empress's sister helped the family army in Germany harness powers in the spirit realm, in which they used this power to defeat a world empire, most powerful empire of all ages. Empress' older sister was in London, England, working her magic with Crowley and other disciples. Empress in America, whose family line goes back to the beginning of time and whose empire spans worldwide, where the sun never sets, and her ancestors are the empresses, emperors who ruled the world, and the kings and queens mentioned in the Bible. King James Version that talks about how one day she, the new Empress, will have the entire world in her hands, and she will slay the sons of Satan and the 7-headed beasts that have been unlawfully ruling over the heirs of the lands worldwide, the indigenous inhabitants. The new Empress will be an unstoppable force. Her lineage will rule the world forever. American Tales by Ninti El Bey, Black Nobility series. The Empress, a legacy upholds. In a realm steeped in heritage, one woman's courage becomes legendary. Our story unfolds with the Empress, a radiant African monarch clothed in royal purple and gold. Her journey is one of legacy, woven with danger and suspense, as she stands guard over her family's ancient promise. The Empress is no ordinary leader. Her lineage, marked by strength, compels her to awaken powers long dormant. She is the guardian of a promise made generations ago. As whispers of betrayal fill the air, her transformational journey to unlock her true potential captivates every woman leader who has ever dared to dream. Yet, every corner she turns is filled with shadows that seek to undermine her. Her own kin, mired in envy, employ devious agents to sabotage her efforts. The stakes are high. An eloquent dance between cunning and resolve unfolds. Their sinister machinations test her spirit, but her resolve never wavers. As adversaries close in, the Empress must confront the spectres of her past. Her enemies, relentless in their pursuit, serve as the stark reminders of her duty's gravity. In each confrontation, she harnesses her growing power, intertwining wisdom and strength to defend her honor and uphold the ancestral covenant. Her tale is not merely one of survival, it is a clarion call to every woman standing on the precipice of her greatness. The Empress reminds us that true power lies not in brute force, but in nurturing our inherent strengths and honoring the promises that bind us to our heritage. In her triumph, we find a message of unity and empowerment. The Empress's journey insists that every obstacle can become a stepping stone. As cultural preservers, let us fortify our resolve, embracing our history to create legacies anew, inspiring generations of women leaders to rise, envision, and achieve. Embrace the Empress's story. Let her courage ignite your passion. As you reflect on her legacy of resilience, stand poised to defend your own. Join our cultural movement to honor and protect the legacies that define us. Share her story, embody her strength, and influence a future rich with promise. Us to receive their blessings for the new year. Royal High Court are in superb dress. Imperial Moors are known for being best dressed and most dapper in their attire. Noble presents a worldwide interest pursuant to the Empress's world estate. The statesmen who arrived at the Empress's court for the New Year ceremony came from several of the lands under her estate. Mexico, Tanzania, St. Kitts and Nevis, Baragua, Bahamas Islands, Brazil, St. Vincent Island, Edinburgh, Scotland, Rome, Italy, Dublin, Ireland, London, England, Madrid, Spain, Kingston, Jamaica, Paris, France, Casablanca, Morocco, Frankfurt, Germany, Imperial City, North Carolina, Khalifa Territory, Bridgetown, Barbados, Wellington, New Zealand, Moscow, Russia, Amsterdam, Netherlands, Kea, Nairobi, Bamenda, Cameroon, Thailand, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and from the Gambia, each of the nobles are priests. They are under the Empress's knighthood. They have come for their knighthood ceremony where the Empress makes some prayers and blessings over them. Each one of the nobles kneels before the Empress. American Tales by Ninti El Bey, Black Nobility series, Empress of Eternity. Empress in America whose family line goes back to the beginning of time, from African descent, whose bloodline has been in America for 150,000 years. They are all beautiful, dark-skinned rulers with shining curly hair that is fluffy like lamb's wool. Their skin is smooth, copper-colored and golden brown. The family whose empire spans worldwide where the sun never sets, and her ancestors are the empresses. Emperors who ruled the world, and the kings and queens mentioned in the Bible, King James Version, that talks about how one day she, the new empress, will have the entire world in her hands, and she will slay the sons of Satan and the seven-headed beasts and destroy all of their lives. The false rulers that have been unlawfully ruling over the heirs of the lands worldwide, the indigenous inhabitants. The Empress of Eternity. Empress stands on an elevated platform, dressed in a regal gown that flows like liquid gold, her crown gleaming under the soft glow of chandeliers. In a powerful proclamation, the Empress of Eternity calls upon her loyal subjects to embrace their ancestral legacy, uniting to topple oppressive forces and reclaim their rightful place in the world, heralding a new era of justice and unity. People of my empire, loyal hearts and noble spirits, gather closely as I share with you a prophecy born of the ancients, a tale that intertwines our past, present and destiny. From the dawn of time, my lineage has been the sinew of the world, woven into the very fabric of existence. I am the inheritor of a legacy that stretches from the glorious seed of creation, where my forebears reigned, the emperors, the kings and queens foretold in the sacred texts of old. For we are the rightful rulers of this earth, and the shadows of tyranny that seek to overshadow our light shall no longer prevail. How long have the sons of darkness, the deceivers, and the seven-headed beasts conspired unlawfully to bind the heart of our lands? They have suppressed the voices of the indigenous spirits, the true stewards of this world. No more will we bow to their false authority. Pointing with her finger towards the sky, you who claim dominion without right. The time has come for your downfall, for I, Empress of the Eternal Light, am rising with the strength of my ancestors at my back. The entire world shall soon rest in my capable hands, where justice will reign and liberty will flourish. She pauses as she takes a deep, empowering breath and looks to the future. I shall slay the maleficent shadows and reclaim our sacred heritage. The ancient prophecies shall be fulfilled. The world will witness the revival of the rightful lineage, an era where the sun never sets on our empire of unity and peace. Together, we shall forge a path through the darkness, celebrating the diversity of our nations, the beauty of our cultures, and the wisdom of our elders. The lands will bloom anew under my reign, a reign forged in the fires of truth and tempered by love for all humanity. Let this be the dawn of a new age, where every child born is cherished, every voice is heard, and every spirit is honored. I call upon you, my loyal subjects, to stand with me as we embrace our destiny. Together, we will send forth the righteous winds that shall sweep away the remnants of deceit and bring forth the inevitable manifestation of our legacy. Know that the heart of the earth beats in sync with ours, unified, unyielding. Empress with a final resounding declaration, the reign of the righteous is upon us. Let the world remember my name, and let the echoes of our triumph resonate through the ages. Empress stands tall, the light illuminating her figure, a symbol of hope and strength for generations to come. American Tales by Ninti El Bey animation series. Rise of the Empress, unveiling ancestral magic. Have you ever felt power surging through your veins, yet something sinister lurks in the shadows? Today, we unfold the tale of an empress who flourished amidst veiled betrayals, unlocking ancestral magic within to challenge a lineage of deceit. Her story is a chronicle of courage and magical mastery. In a land of rife, London, England beheld ancient power and treachery. To them, the Empress stood as a symbol of might. Unbeknownst to her, false rulers within her bloodline conspired in secrecy. To keep her inheritance from her, within their clandestine warfare, wove wickedness into every shadow, leaving the Empress unaware of their dark intentions, lurking just beyond her vision. These elusive foes carefully orchestrated their schemes, moving like phantoms in the night. For years, their sinister plots unfolded in whispers, as the Empress unknowingly navigated a world where sinister eyes followed her every move, cloaked in suspicion and the guise of chance encounters. One fateful day, the veil began to lift for the mighty Empress. Subtle realization dawned upon her. The eerie presences that had unsettled her for years were not mere happenstance. These were agents of her silent adversaries, sent to disturb her peace and disrupt her mystical potential. Understanding this harsh truth was both startling and liberating. As her awareness grew, so did her resolve. She began to question every odd glance, every sudden appearance. Driven by a newfound clarity, the Empress embarked on a journey to reclaim her destiny, determined to unearth the power hidden within her lineage. The Empress's quest led her to ancient tomes and forgotten rituals, igniting the power of ancestral magic. This potent force, long buried within her bloodline, awakened at her command. With each incantation, her strength grew, the whispers of bygone ancestors guiding her from beyond the shadows. Ancestral magic became her armor and her ally. Through it, she harnessed the wisdom of ages, tapping into traditions steeped in mysticism and strength. Her skills as a magician flourished, surpassing any who dared challenge her, transforming her from a shadowed ruler to a beacon of unyielding power. Armed with her newfound abilities, the Empress set her sights on the false rulers. No longer shrouded in darkness, she brought the battle to their doorstep, challenging the deceit and treachery that plagued her reign. Her magic wove a tapestry of justice, unraveling the malicious intentions that had pervaded her lineage. Each confrontation was a testament to Empress's growth purpose and spiritual power. The once hidden enemies, the manipulators and identity thieves who gained power from impersonating the real Empress, now found themselves powerless in the face of her magical prowess. Empress figured out what they were doing and casted them out of her energy and identity forever. For Empress, these battles were more than mere struggles for power. They were voyages of self-discovery and manifestations of her indomitable spirit. With the false rulers dismantled, the Empress redefined her legacy through the lens of ancestral wisdom. Her reign ushered in an era of enlightenment, intertwining the mystical and the mundane. She became a living testament to the power of embracing one's heritage, guiding her people with strength tempered by compassion. Her story became a beacon to all who dared dream beyond the shadows, inspiring generations to look within and uncover their hidden strengths. As the pages of her tale turned, the world saw the true essence of her power, a harmonious blend of ancient wisdom and resolute spirit. Embrace the tale of the Empress, a journey through shadows and luminous power. Let her saga inspire your own quest for hidden truths within. Share this story, ignite the light of ancestral wisdom in your world, and subscribe for more tales that weave magic into the fabric of our everyday lives. Embark on your own magical journey today. American Tales by Ninti El Bey, animation series, The Empress, a regal stand against injustice. Imagine a being filled with breathtaking beauty and strength. The Empress, an awe-inspiring figure with long, flowing curls like lamb's wool and radiant copper-tinted skin. Draped in regal purple and gold, her presence commands attention. Yet, it's her fierce resolve that truly captivates and empowers. She is of divine purpose on earth. Her perseverance and mothering wit make her the guardian of humanity and protector of land and earth, a great warrior for a righteous earth. In a world marred by corruption, the Empress stands as an indomitable force. Despite being jailed on orders from her sinister relatives, her spirit remains unbroken. Bound by duty to defend her territory, she confronts corrupt officials with piercing brown eyes that blaze with justice and righteousness. She writes orders from her own international royal high courts of the land pursuant to her world estate and birthright, as her ancestors left it in their will. They are the ones who wrote the Rome Statute and all the laws on earth and in heaven. The Empress is more than a figurehead. She's a symbol of unwavering strength and dignity. Her regal appearance is matched by her inner power, fueling her fight for justice. Every challenge she faces further fuels her determination, inspiring all who witness her story to rise against tyranny. Through the Empress's battles, we find a hero who resonates deeply with all people in all walks of life. Her struggles against oppression echo the timeless fight for autonomy and rights. Her story is a beacon for those who refuse to be silenced, reminding us of the impact one individual can have against overwhelming odds. She has been falsely accused, defamed, and frowned upon, yet the Empress remains true to her cause for justice, no matter the cost. It is her relentless duty. The Empress teaches us that true power comes from within. She encourages everyone to embrace their own resilience, to fight for what is right. In a world that often seeks to suppress the righteous and the innocent, the Empress's true story compels us to stand tall in the face of darkness and to be unrelenting, to be unwavering, and to forge our own paths, always pushing forward no matter the cost. She says, we must stand for something or fall for what someone gives you that will only serve someone else's agendas. Empower yourself with knowledge, being inspired by the Empress's life and the true stories made about her in animation or real-life drama. Know that these stories are reenactments of a true Empress in America, and that these tales stand up for what is necessary, just and right. Let Empress's defiance inspire your own journey to stand for something righteous. Share her story, embody her strength, and be the change you wish to see.